Ahaziah's messengers meet Elijah. Now Moab broke with Israel after the death of Ahab. And Ahaziah fell through the window lattice in his upper chamber which was in Samaria, and became ill. So he sent messengers and said to them, Go, inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, whether I will recover from this sickness. But the angel of the Lord said to Elijah the Tishbite, Arise, go up to meet the messengers of the king of Samaria and say to them, Is it because there is no God in Israel that you are going to inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron? Now therefore, this is what the Lord says, You will not get down from the bed upon which you have lain, but you shall certainly die. Then Elijah departed. When the messengers returned to Ahaziah, he said to them, Why have you returned? They said to him, A man came up to meet us and said to us, Go, return to the king who sent you and say to him, This is what the Lord says. Is it because there is no God in Israel that you are sending messengers to inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron? Therefore you will not get down from the bed upon which you have lain, but you shall certainly die. Then he said to them, What did the man look like, who came up to meet you and spoke these words to you? And they said to him, He was a hairy man with a leather belt worn around his waist. And he said, It is Elijah the Tishbite. Then the king sent to him a captain of 50 with his 50 men. And he went up to him, and behold, he was sitting on the top of the hill. And he said to him, You man of God, the king says, Come down. But Elijah replied to the captain of 50, If I am a man of God, may fire come down from heaven and consume you and your 50. Then fire came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50 men. So the king again sent to him another captain of 50 with his 50 men. And he said to him, You man of God, this is what the king says, Come down quickly. But Elijah replied to them, If I am a man of God, may fire come down from heaven and consume you and your 50. Then the fire of God came down from heaven and consumed him and his 50 men. So the king again sent the captain of a third 50 with his 50 men. When the third captain of 50 went up, he came and bowed down on his knees before Elijah, and begged him and said to him, You man of God, please let my life and the lives of these 50 servants of yours be precious in your sight. Behold, fire came down from heaven and consumed the first 2 captains of 50 with their 50s. But now let my life be precious in your sight. And the angel of the Lord said to Elijah, Go down with him. Do not be afraid of him. So he got up and went down with him to the king. Then he said to him, This is what the Lord says, Since you have sent messengers to inquire of Baal-zebub, the god of Ekron, is it because there is no God in Israel to inquire of his word? Therefore you will not get down from the bed upon which you have lain, but you shall certainly die. Jehoram reigns over Israel. So Ahaziah died in accordance with the word of the Lord which Elijah had spoken. And since he had no son, Jehoram became king in his place in the 2nd year of Jehoram the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah. Now as for the rest of the acts of Ahaziah which he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings of Israel?